What if the change in your pocket held the untold story of America's legacy? The 1973 Washington quarter isn't just 25 cents. It's a symbol of power, mystery, and hidden value that could change the way you look at coins forever. Today, we unlock a coin that collectors quietly chase and historians can't ignore. Welcome to the world of the 1973 Washington quarter, where old coins come alive with history value and untold stories. Today, we dive deep into one of the most iconic pieces of American coinage, the 1973 Washington quarter. This quarter is more than just 25 cents. It is a living artifact, a representation of American strength, economic evolution, and a silent witness to a transformative decade. The 1970s were not an ordinary time in the United States. The country was undergoing change politically, socially, and economically, and through it all, coins like the 1973 quarter were being produced, carried, and spent by millions of Americans, but few ever stopped to consider what this humble piece of currency really meant. The Washington Quarter series began in 1932 as a tribute to George Washington, the father of the nation. The 1973 version is part of that historic series, but what makes it especially interesting is the context in which it was minted and the characteristics that set it apart from quarters of other years. The United States Mint produced the 1973 Washington quarter at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint mark tells a different story, and each has a different place in the collector's market. The Philadelphia Mint did not place a mint mark on quarters at the time, and it produced hundreds of millions of these coins. These were meant for general circulation, but because the coins were mass-produced, most were used, worn, and eventually forgotten. The Denver Mint struck quarters with a D mint mark, which can be found on the right side of the obverse, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. The San Francisco Mint produced the S mint mark versions. These were made as proof coins intended not for circulation, but for collectors, and they were struck with higher quality and detail, using polished dies and special planchets. To understand the 1973 Washington quarter, we must first understand what it is made of. Unlike earlier silver quarters, the 1973 quarter was composed of a copper core layered with nickel. This change in metal composition began in 1965, when silver was removed from the quarter due to rising silver prices. The resulting coin still looked silver on the outside, but had no intrinsic metal value. This shift marked a significant turning point in American coinage policy, reflecting economic realities and government decisions that shaped the future of U.S. currency. Design-wise, the obverse features the left-facing profile of George Washington, based on a famous bust by Jean-Antoine Houdon, originally sculpted in the late 18th century. The inscriptions include the word liberty, the year 1973, and the phrase "in God we trust." The reverse showcases the American bald eagle with its wings spread, clutching a bundle of arrows, symbolizing military readiness. Beneath the eagle are olive branches representing peace. The words "United States of America" and quarter dollar circle the image along with the national motto, E pluribus unum, which means out of many one. Now let's look at mintage numbers and rarity. The Philadelphia Mint produced over 350 million quarters in 1973. While the Denver Mint produced over 232 million, the San Francisco Mint struck about 2.7 million proof coins. This means that while the 1973 quarter is not rare in general circulation condition, certain types of these coins, such as those in mint state condition or proof condition, can carry a premium, especially when certified by grading services like PCGS or NGC. Mint state coins are those that have never been circulated and retain all their original mint luster. Collectors seek out coins graded MS65 or higher with deep strike definition and no visible wear. These coins can be worth several dollars, even up to 20 or more. Depending on the grade, proof coins from the San Francisco Mint can be even more valuable, especially cameo or deep cameo versions, where the design frosts against a mirror-like field. Certain error coins from 1973 are highly sought after as well. These include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even wrong metal strikes if authenticated by a professional grading Service such coins can command hundreds of dollars or more. But why should we care about the 1973 Washington quarter? It is more than just its monetary value. It is a snapshot of American life during a decade of transition. In 1973, the United States withdrew from the Vietnam War. The Watergate scandal was beginning to unfold, and the oil crisis shocked the economy during these turbulent times. Everyday people carried these quarters in. Their pockets used them for gas, groceries, and payphones. These coins saw firsthand the change that swept across the nation. The numismatic story of this quarter also includes its role in teaching collectors about mint marks, die varieties, and the importance of condition collectors use the 1973 quarter. To understand clad compositions, study the differences between proof and business strikes, and explore the complexities of coin grading. It is an educational coin, a starting point for many young collectors and a foundation stone for seasoned numismatists. We must also mention the packaging of proof coins in 1973. The U.S. Mint released them in hard plastic cases known as proof sets. These sets were popular among collectors and preserved the coins in pristine condition. Today, collectors still search for unopened or original sets, hoping to find high-grade examples that can be graded and sold or added to personal collections. The packaging and preservation of coins like this are essential aspects of the hobby and affect the value significantly. Now we take a look at the cultural impact of the Washington Quarter series by 1973. The image of George Washington had become synonymous with the idea of trust, tradition, and American stability. It was the face of everyday commerce and the silent ambassador of the U.S. Mint. Every time someone handed over a quarter for a newspaper, soda, or a gallon of gas, they participated in a national ritual of exchange, and in doing so passed along a piece of national identity. Let's talk about counterfeit detection and authentication. While it is rare, some counterfeiters have targeted Washington quarters, especially key dates and error varieties. Collectors must always be vigilant. Check weight, diameter, edge reading, and strike clarity. Using a trusted third-party grading service provides security and confidence in the coin's authenticity. Today, the 1973 Washington quarter continues to circulate in small numbers, but finding one in high grade is increasingly rare. Most have been worn down through use. Some have been lost or destroyed. The few that remain in mint state or proof condition are now preserved in collections across the country and around the world. These coins tell a story of the 1970s, but also a larger story of the nation's economy, art, and resilience. In conclusion, the 1973 Washington quarter is not just a piece of change, it is a piece of American heritage. It connects us to the past, to a time of uncertainty, challenge, and transformation. It is a tool for learning, a treasure for collectors, and a reminder of how even the most ordinary object can carry extraordinary meaning. Whether you are a seasoned collector or someone new to numismatics, the 1973 quarter offers a gateway into a richer understanding of our history and values. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the life and legacy of the 1973 Washington quarter. Stay tuned as we continue to explore the value, the stories, and the mysteries hidden within old coins that still shine today.